Hey, good morning, neighbors. Thought we'd talk about something. Got my two awesome pictures up in the background. One of these days I'll finish this room up. Hey, it's on the list. So, ever just wonder where we're going? Why bother? It's got to come to you once in a while, depending on where your easy chair, your comfort zone is in life. So, channel updates. Not much going on here. Same rage about politics, the ignorance in it, what it's doing to us, how much it's dividing us. Rage at the technology used against us. I listened to something DOE or DOE related, DOD, and the Department of Defense actually has the ability, the legal ability, to go and change our education system as needs be. It came out of the Manhattan Project. Now, I keep going back to that just because it was such a turning point in the sciences of this nation and our knowledge of the earth itself, the cycles of nature, the long plotting threads that got us here. So many threads in this basket weave that's the growth on this planet, right? It's amazing, it's inspiring, it's awesome. Without having supernatural behind it, it's still no less amazing. That tree growing in the backyard, taking nutrients out of the soil, taking sunlight as energy and converting those nutrients. It's just absolutely amazing. Amazing. And if you go look at the soil, there's all kinds of give and takes going on. There's mushrooms growing around under the trees because of the natural biome. Is that a good word? Of the soil. And that interdependency that developed over millions of years. These living organisms living in their own natural sense, not in our natural sense of living, not looking for a smile and a laugh. So, or maybe they do. But that's the challenges with all of the sciences, all of the things we know about. It's so complicated. A scientist becomes a specialist in an area. His language, his vocabulary no longer fits out in the common lore and understanding. So maybe sports is something that you've got in common with other people to talk to. If you don't have that, it's a weakness in social aspects, right? So these sciences, these are huge, deep things. People go into them and plow into them. This was the how I saw the world around me. The automations, the computer integrations, the software controls, the human interfaces to these and how people reacted to them. Training people on how to use a computer for the first time in their life. Supporting them, enabling, mentoring, cheering them on, rah rah, learning more to stay ahead of them at every aspect that you can. So it's a big world out there. It's hard to comprehend and put all these pieces in place. And if you have some misconstructed ideas about how the planet got here, it's going to cause confusions and frustrations. You're going to carry them elsewhere. You can't help it because you don't understand how the world works. You aren't trying to explain it. You're trying to explain it with one word maybe, which causes a weakness in the depth of your thoughts, the deep time nature of thoughts. It goes back into the cyclical nature itself of life on this planet and the hundreds of millions of years humans have evolved on it and the billions of years life has. It goes to balances in elements that comprise the planets and how those subtle balances, the subtle elements on the planet and their availability allowed some of these things to happen. It is that amazing. It's no less amazing than that. If there is a God, he could be on the other side of what we term the Big Bang. But it wasn't a bang. So it gets confusing back at that long, long time ago. So So many aspects of our common conversations break ties to these natural cycles we've always had. If you look at the calendar, go look at how the solstice date has changed against calendar dates. Now, the calendar really should match up well with the seasons, and that shift is there. It's the same reason we have a leap year, because the calendar is broken. And that's tough to fathom or conceive, and yet there it is. So every 4 years we have to lose a day because our calendar is wrong. Subtly wrong, very subtle. These things are subtle, and there's a reason and nuance for them. It is part of a separation from nature itself that's forced on us. It happens when we're born and we live in a house and there's windows in the house. So get outside. I haven't got an easy answer to it, but there's the circles and the complexities of life. To think you have some special ideas about how this all works is cute. It's a great idea. But there's a common understanding out there through human philosophy, through the sciences, through our understandings of relationships around us, the give and takes, the we are not by ourselves. We would not be alive by ourselves, period. That's how it works, all libertarian childishness aside. So go forth and take back our politics. I don't know how else you do it. But you listen to people like Bernie and you try to find people like Mr. Sanders that can speak honestly and intelligently to human history, that understands the power of faith and believing in reality and coaches it in a real world view, has open conversations about things. That's healthy. That's good. So, whatever this coffee talk was, hope you enjoyed. Thank you much.